1942, high in the remote peaks of the Himalayas where the air is thin and the ice never fully melts, a British forest ranger stumbled upon a horrifying scene. In a frozen, silent lake, the ice was beginning to melt, revealing something that stopped him right in his tracks. Scattered bones, hundreds of human skeletons, rested along the shoreline and at the bottom of the water. Skulls, ribs, arm, and leg bones were everywhere. The ranger tried to count them, but the sheer number was overwhelming. Later estimates suggested between 600 and 800 people had died in and around this tiny lake. The location soon became known as Roopkund, or the Lake of Skeletons. As news spread, a darker theory took hold. In 1942, World War II was at its peak. The British government feared that these might be the remains of Japanese soldiers who had secretly infiltrated India. A special investigation team, including doctors and military officials, was sent to brave the freezing winds and thin air. Working for weeks as the ice slowly melted, they unearthed more remains. Some bodies were so remarkably preserved that flesh and hair still clung to them, kept safe by the permafrost for centuries. Yet, the investigators were baffled. The bones did not wear military uniforms. There were no guns, no bullets. Instead, they found rings, leather shoes, bamboo sticks, and wooden spears. Nothing marked them as a modern army. Who were these people? And how did they reach such a desolate, high-altitude, frozen wasteland? Reaching Roopkund is no easy feat even today, requiring weeks of walking through high mountain passes from nearby villages. For most of the year, the area is sealed off by deep snow and ice. No permanent settlements exist here, yet hundreds had perished together. Local folklore offers a very different explanation. According to the villagers, the remains belong to a medieval king, Jasdaval, and his queen, Rani Balampa, along with their massive entourage. They were on a sacred pilgrimage to worship the goddess Nanda Devi. As the story goes, the pilgrims broke the rules of the pilgrimage by making music and dancing along the way. Enraged by the disrespect, the goddess unleashed her divine wrath upon the entire caravan. For centuries, villagers passed down this story, and to this day, an annual pilgrimage retraces that exact dangerous mountain route to honor Nanda Devi, passing right by where the bones were found. Yet, local legend left one major question unanswered. When did they actually die? For decades, early investigators guessed the bones were anywhere from a few hundred to 1,000 years old, but exact dating technology did not exist yet. Then, in 2004, a team of scientists returned to Roopkund with modern technology. Using carbon dating for the first time, they uncovered a shocking truth. These bones did not belong to a medieval king's army, nor were they from World War II. Most of the individuals had died around the 9th century, roughly 850 CE, about 100 years ago. When scientists examined the skulls closely, bone by bone, they found something extraordinary. Nearly all the injuries were concentrated at the very top of the skulls, not on the sides or the back. This meant the blows came straight down from above. There were no sword marks, no arrow wounds, only deep, round depressions, as if struck by something heavy from the sky. Scientists formed a new theory, a freak hailstorm. Roopkund's geographic bowl of steep, rocky walls means that during a violent storm, giant hailstones would have nowhere to escape. With no trees, caves, or shelter to hide under in the open basin, the victims had nowhere to run. The constant barrage of massive hailstones crashing directly onto their heads became their cause of death, matching the ancient local legend of the goddess's wrath from the skies. For a long time, the hailstorm theory seemed to solve the mystery. But in 2019, a massive international study led by Harvard and Indian scientists turned everything upside down once again. Researchers extracted DNA from the bones, something entirely unimaginable back in 1942. The results stunned the scientific community. The people in the lake did not die in a single event. Genetic testing revealed at least 3 distinct genetic groups mixed together in the exact same lake. One major group was of South Asian descent, dating around the 9th century, matching the carbon dating timeline. A second, completely separate group, traced their ancestry to the eastern Mediterranean, specifically modern-day Greece and Crete, who died nearly 900 years later, around the 18th or 19th century. And a few individuals even originated from Southeast Asia. Their diets, their origins, and their timelines were completely separated by centuries. This meant Roopkund was not a single pilgrimage gone wrong in one devastating storm. Instead, across different centuries, completely unrelated travelers from all corners of the world somehow found their way to this exact high-altitude, desolate lake and died there. Today, trekkers visiting Roopkund can still see bone fragments peeking through the melting ice. Local guides still share the ancient tales of divine punishment, while modern science continues to puzzle over why people from thousands of miles apart traveled to the same lethal Himalayan lake. The mystery of Roopkund remains entirely open.